We all love designer clothes, but sometimes we never focus on who's behind them or why do they have fans in it. The reality is that there's a lot of people who work on them, but the most important one is the one that we call the designer. Imagine someone who inspires thousands or even millions just by his work. That's what Oscar de la Renta did on his entire life. Hi, my name is Cesar Santos, and today, for my speech outline, I have decided to talk about Oscar de la Renta. We'll first discuss his early life, and then we'll discuss his success in life. Let's see how his early life was and how he noticed that he was more interested in fashion. We can start saying that Oscar de la Renta is a Spaniard descendant, which means that his ancestors were from Spain, but he was born in Dominican Republic in the year 1932, July 22. He completed his school and his high school in Dominican Republic, but at the age of 17, he decided to move to Madrid, Spain, and he went to the Academy of San Fernando, which was an art school. His professor was Vasquez Diaz, one of the most famous Spanish artists in those times. But Oscar's goal was to become an abstract artist. Oscar noticed his interest in fashion because he learned the basic of fabrics and fits because he bought fine suits. He was able to buy these suits by working for a couture house in Spain called Balenciaga. His first dress was for the daughter of the U.S. ambassador in Spain. The picture of her in Oscar's dress appeared in Life magazine, which is one of the most important magazines in Spain and also in the United States. We can see that since Oscar was young, he really showed more interest in fashion after he did that dress for the U.S. ambassador's son. And he lived art on the side, and he started to work more on fashion. His works as a fashion innovator, his success, recognition, and death. That's how we now enter to discuss his success in his life. He moved into fashion design after designing the dress. In 1961, he was hired for his first job at Lanvin Castillo. He worked as an assistant to Antonio El Castillo, designer. In 1963, he moved to the US to work for Elizabeth Arden, businesswoman. In 1965, he moved to Jane Derby, designer, where he was a designer. In 1966, Oscar and colleague Jerry Shaw started their own business. As his professional career took off, his personal life did too. Oscar married Francoise de la Glande in 1967. She influenced how Oscar worked and how he managed his business. Sadly, she passed away due to bone cancer in 1983. After her death, Oscar adopted a son, which he called Oscar. I mean Moises Oscar. He married for a second time to Annette Engelhard. Now we will see his awards and recognition Oscar received during his entire life. He received a Cory Award twice, one in 1967 and the other one in 1968. In 1990, he was presented by the Lifetime Achievement Award by CFDA. He served as the Council of Fashion Designer of America, and he was the president for 5 years. Spain's King Juan Carlos bestowed him with La Gran Cruz de la Orden del Mérito Civil and Gold Medal of Bellas Artes. The Dominican Republic honored Oscar with the Order of Christopher Columbus and the Order of Merit of Duarte Sanchez of Melia. Oscar's death. Oscar died in October 20, 2014. He passed away surrounded by family and surrounded by some friend. He died due to cancer. He was diagnosed with cancer in 2006. So, in conclusion, we learned about Oscar de la Renta and reviewing both my points with where his early life, and then we talk about his success in life. As a memorable statement, we can say that we saw how Oscar actually moved in from art, from trying to be an abstract artist to a fashion designer, which is not easy to do, and seeing how someone who he actually inspired thousands just by the way he worked on his dress, the work he put on them. And that has been my speech outline or my speech. And thank you for your attention.